and covering 10 female weaknesses that drive women wild. Most men waste their lives trying to impress women, buying expensive gifts, pumping iron in the gym, memorizing pickup lines. But what if I told you that the most effective way to attract a woman lies in understanding her hidden emotional and psychological vulnerabilities? Not because women are weak, but because their subconscious minds are wired in ways that few men ever notice. And that's where the problem lies. Most guys operate on logic, trying to win a woman's heart with reason rather than emotion. They fail to tap into her instincts. Attraction is emotional, not logical. Women don't buy expensive gifts, fancy cars, or designer clothes. What they crave is a connection, an emotional experience. So today, I'm going to expose the 10 deepest female weaknesses that drive women insane. These are the silent triggers that make her chase, submit, and obsess over you. By the end of this video, you'll have a profound insight into the female psyche. Not to manipulate or control, but to truly understand the intricate workings of a woman's heart. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. The siren song of uncertainty. Women love to pretend that they don't care when you don't text them back. They say things like, "Oh, I was just texting to ask if you were coming tonight." But we all know that's not the case. In reality, they're sitting by their phones waiting for that notification. But why? What's so fascinating about uncertainty? The answer lies in our primal instincts. Back in the day, men were the ones who used to hunt, and they didn't always return. For a woman, not knowing whether her provider would come back safely was a constant worry. This evolutionary anxiety has been hardwired into our DNA. It's why we find ourselves constantly checking our phones and refreshing our social media feeds. We're programmed to seek reassurance. Now, here's the catch. Women pretend to be unfazed by the push and pull game. They tell themselves, "I don't need him. I can do without him." But deep down, their instincts are screaming, "Don't lose him. Secure him." It's a biological imperative. How do you tap into this innate desire? Well, you can't fake it. You need to embody the aura of someone who might not return. Someone who has options, who has his own life and isn't desperately clinging onto one woman. You must be willing to walk away. That's when she'll start chasing. 2. Taming the wild heart. Women aren't tamed by comfort. They're captivated by adventure. Just think about those fairy tales we grew up with. Cinderella didn't fall for the prince's comfortable cottage. She fell for his wild journey to the ball. Why? Because excitement triggers oxytocin, the feel-good hormone. It's what makes her heart race and sparks the urge to bond. Comfort is like a safe harbor. Excitement is like a raging storm. Which one do you think she craves more? Most guys play it safe, sticking to predictable routines and conversations. But that's the path to the friend zone. You need to shake things up. Take her off the beaten path, both literally and metaphorically. Introduce an element of surprise, a touch of danger, and watch her heart skip a beat. It's not about recklessness. It's about creating moments that trigger her instincts, reminding her of the thrill of the chase, the joy of discovery. 3. The art of detachment. The modern man is desperate. He sends endless messages, chases after her, bends over backward to please her. But what if I told you that the most irresistible trait is the ability to detach? To disconnect when she ignores you, to walk away when she plays games, to prioritize your mission when she tests you. This isn't about being insensitive. It's about shifting the balance of power. See, men who are too available lose their value in her eyes. She takes you for granted. But a man who has his own life, his own goals, his own pursuits that he values more than her attention. Now that's a man she'll respect and desire. When you detach, you send a clear message. You're not needy. You're not desperate. You're focused on your purpose. And that purpose, my friend, is magnetic. 4. Unlocking the emotional vault. Most guys talk about themselves without realizing that they're giving away their power. Instead of making her work for your affection, they lay everything out in the open, leaving nothing for her to explore or imagine. And that's a turn-off. Women want a man with depth, a man whose emotions are like a vault, intriguing and mysterious. When you open up to her, each layer should be a treasure, something she has to work to uncover. This creates anticipation, curiosity, and a sense of shared discovery. It's like reading a captivating novel. She'll be eager to turn each page, eager to understand the next chapter in your emotional journey. Number 5. Igniting the spark of jealousy. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, and many men misuse it, intentionally provoking a woman to make her jealous. But there's a different way to use this psychological trigger. The key is to ignite it subtly, not through manipulation, but by showing her that you have options. Mention a fun night out with the boys, talk about an upcoming trip, or playfully tease her about your busy schedule. It's not about making her uncomfortable. It's about reminding her that she's not the only person in your life. This sparks a primal instinct, a fear of losing you to another. It activates her possessive side, driving her to hold on tighter. Remember, this is a delicate game. You don't want to cross the line into making her insecure. You're merely tapping into an emotion that's already there, a part of her nature that's been shaped by evolution. Number 6. Playing hard to get. This is a classic strategy, but it works because it taps into the fundamental female weakness, the desire for what's elusive. When you make yourself too readily available, she loses interest. But when you introduce a bit of resistance, she's intrigued. It's like that vintage sports car everyone wants. The scarcity drives up the perceived value. She might complain, saying things like, "You're impossible," or "You're just playing games." But under the surface, she's hooked. This isn't about being dishonest or manipulative. It's about guiding her along a path that leads to deeper engagement. You're not playing hard to get. You're simply presenting yourself as a puzzle she has to solve. And once she starts solving, she won't stop until she figures you out. Number 7. The lure of his inner world. Women are naturally curious about a man's inner world. His thoughts, his dreams, his ambitions. Yet many men unknowingly quench this curiosity by revealing too much too soon. They spill their thoughts, their feelings, their very essence without leaving anything for her to discover. This abundance takes away her desire to explore. But when you hold back, when you let her catch glimpses of your inner world and then pull away, she's drawn in. It becomes a game of cat and mouse. She'll chase those glimpses, trying to piece together the puzzle that is your mind. And that's where her obsession begins. Number 8. Keeping her guessing. Women crave certainty, yet they also love a mystery. It's a paradox, but it's a powerful one. You see, when you're too predictable, when she knows exactly what to expect from you, she loses interest. But when you keep her guessing, when you surprise her with new experiences, ideas, and perspectives, she's intrigued. It's like a well-crafted suspense movie. She's on the edge of her seat, eager to see what happens next. This isn't about being deceptive or keeping secrets. It's about keeping her engaged, reminding her that there's always something more to discover, someone more to explore. Number 9. Mastering her mind without touch. Many men assume that physical touch is the ultimate seduction. But it's not the whole story. Women crave mental stimulation, intellectual challenges. They want a man who can engage their minds. So instead of relying on physical touch, focus on mastering her mind. Ask her thought-provoking questions. Challenge her beliefs. Play mental games with her. This isn't about being arrogant or condescending. It's about demonstrating your intelligence, your wit, your ability to think strategically. And when you do it right, she won't realize that she's being mentally dominated. She'll think she's in control. But trust me, she's not. You've captured her mind and she won't even know how it happened. Number 10. The magnetic pull of his purpose. A man with a purpose is a man with drive, focus, and direction. He's not easily distracted. He doesn't chase after every fleeting pleasure. He's too busy building something bigger than himself. And this drive is irresistible to women. It's like watching a skilled athlete train for the Olympics. You're witnessing dedication, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. And just like the athlete, a man with a purpose is driven by a force beyond himself. He's not motivated by external validation. He's motivated by an inner fire. And that inner fire is contagious. It draws her in, even if she tries to resist. These 10 female weaknesses aren't flaws. They're strengths. They're parts of a beautifully intricate design. And when you understand that design, you're not manipulating her. You're appreciating her. You're seeing the world through her eyes. So use this knowledge wisely, my friend. And remember, true power lies not in exploiting these weaknesses, but in understanding them. Become the man she can't control because you're the one in control of yourself. And that, my friend, is the ultimate seduction. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out more content. I promise to see you in the next one. See you later.